Welcome back. We're continuing our exploration of the underground. We're now in the third part of the underground below Heimdall. So things are probably about to get spicy.
This should be the right way. I can sense them. Follow me.
We're chasing those invisible. I don't know why we're chasing them. But they're guys that can sort of vanish through space and just I don't know how we chase people like that with a power like that, but I'm sure it's gonna lead to something. I trust the story. Oh. These three guys, they're not invisible anymore. Maybe it costs mana or something. EPs, and then they can just they can't just disappear indefinitely. There they are. Follow me as best you can. No fair, Altina. She can just sit on her Plum's Elias. Did they find a secret passage? We can't let them catch us. Move!
Come on!
Oh.
No one's this fast!
We need to find some way to catch up.
There's a timer? We're closing in.
Instructor, this direction is...
I know. We've gone too far south.
We're
This is clearly out of city bounds.
just running with them. What's the point? I had caught up way more than that.
Does that lead outside?
Four p.m. We have until 7, right? Because Lecter wants to meet us at 7 or something. Or was it Millium? Millium. Where's this? That's a nice viewpoint. Oh, cemetery. Were they spirits? Going back to their tomb? A graveyard? The tunnels lead this far out from Heimdall. But more importantly, what are they doing here? Oh, yeah. I didn't see that they were actually
We secured all three of their new
standing
battle
on the
weapons.
field.
Nice job. I'll hold on to those for you.
We refuse
Oh.
to divulge our affiliation or names. International law mandates proper treatment of us as prisoners of war.
So Class 1 is going to take credit for all of this?
You're pretty bossy for someone who's surrendered.
Well, I'm certain the Intelligence Division will give you your proper treatment.
So long as you do not resist or attempt to flee, we will guarantee your lives.
Took you long enough.
Hey guys, what's up?
Are any of you injured?
We're fine. I see all your preparations paid off, Major.
You had this planned from all the way back when we met at the race course, didn't you?
We were dancing at the end of his strings the whole time.
What? He planned this whole thing?
Is that even possible?
If anyone would be capable of such a feat, it would be the Scarecrow.
Hey now, I'm only human. This is all just a happy coincidence. We were finally able to catch the spies we've all been after. You should think of this as teamwork.
How?
I can see how it would feel like we've stolen your prey out from under you. It's true that this place is southwest of Heimdall, so it does fall under your jurisdiction. Would you prefer if we handed them over to you?
It was Class 7 that flushed them out of hiding and wore them out. It doesn't matter who turns them in. Each of our groups should be thankful for the other's assistance.
That's right. We should be glad they didn't manage to get away. You're all fine with this, right, guy?
Yes.
No objections.
We'll leave it to you.
We're so easygoing and humble. I suddenly feel exhausted. There's no need to feel down, guys. Our opponents were elite agents handpicked for this mission. Even managing to corner them like you did is impressive. Well done, everyone. I'm sure the experience taught you all a thing or two, right? You're right. We took care of that magic knight while we were down there. I guess we were able to go toe-to-toe with that squad of elites too. It certainly feels like our skills have come up a long way. One might say we've leveled up. We did okay, I guess. Man, I'm so tired. Understandable. We just run at top speed through a labyrinth. Who's we? You were just riding that doll of yours the whole time. By the way, where is this place? It appears to be one of the cemeteries on the outskirts of Heimdall. Himmel Cemetery. Oh? How do you know the name? Not even I've been the way out here. That way out here. I've come here a few times to pay my respect. If we go down the hill, we should end up back at the highway we were on this morning. It's a little past 4 p.m. now. I'd say our missions are done for the day. It took 1 hour and 20 minutes to go through that labyrinth and find the monsters and all. That's pretty quick. That will mark the end of our first day then. Whose graves did you come here to visit? If it's okay, we could pay our respects too. That's a good idea. Perhaps we ended up here for a reason. I agree, provided it's alright. Well, it ain't really like me, but it's the least I can do for disturbing the peace here. You guys, the camp isn't that far, so I was just going to send you back, but... Instructor Rean? Is the person buried here... He's to the northeast. Follow me. Is this Crow? Well, the one that Angelica investigated, right? I wonder if we're gonna find that it's been dug out, or that the tomb has been played with or modified. Can we read the names? Elizabeth Moore, Margaret Davis. I wonder if there's some names that we know. Barbara Johnson. They're very Jennifer with a PH. Miller. Barbara Johnson again. She has 2 tombstones. Margaret Davis. Okay, they're kind of repeated. Thomas Smith. They're kind of generic English names. Elizabeth Moore again. Thomas Smith. Richard William. And Crow Armbrust. Yeah, let's investigate it. Good friend.
The year the Civil War took place.
I see. So he was one of your friends from Class VII.
Yeah. Crow Armbrust. He was actually a year ahead of us, like Instructor Toa. It was only for a short time, but he joined our class. We did all sorts of things together. Field studies, the school festival. He was a little brash and even more of a troublemaker. But he was caring, reliable, and one of the best friends you could ask for, even though we became enemies once the Civil War broke out.
It's gonna be pretty sweet, guys. Oh, and since we're all classmates now, no need for all that sweet talking you lay on the other second years, all right? But at the end of the day, I'm C. That's the real deal. The Crow Armbrust you've known all this time, he isn't real. He never was. Okay, we've talked long enough. Let's go. I won't let anyone interfere. This is going to be our final battle.
As I was affiliated with the Noble Alliance, I knew a little about him. He was the leader of the terrorist group known as the Imperial Liberation Front. He was also referred to as the Azure Chevalier.
Oh, I heard about him. He and his Azure Knight wiped the floor with the Imperial Army.
Yes. But right at the end, he finally returned to Class 7. When a calamity from 2.5 centuries ago rose again and seized the Crown Prince.
It's crazy now how Rean looks different there. Like, much younger and also, like,
together.
shorter.
Me, Crow, the rest of Class 7, even Vita. We put everything aside and gave our all to rescue the prince. Crow even put himself in danger to open up a way for me, but he was fatally injured as a result.
Or was
what
he?
Happened there pushed all of us in Class 7 to move forward. I decided to stay at Thors with Valimar and fulfill the government's orders. Everyone else graduated, and each of them decided to do what they could. We all pledged to meet up again in these turbulent times and find an answer together.
You've never mentioned this before.
I had the impression you and the members of the old Class 7 were planning something, but...
I thought only the SSS had that kind of determination. But you're just like them, Instructor.
What a bunch of starry-eyed dreamers. Normal people don't just go around spouting lines like that, you know.
I think it's lovely.
Well, that's what those of us in the old Class 7 decided to do. There will come a time when you guys will need to decide how you're going to move forward as a class. And I plan to give you all the support I can until that time comes. Just like how our instructors and upperclassmen supported us.
Understood. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
It's encouraging to hear that. You have our thanks for your guidance.
I still do not completely understand myself, but I feel like I've gained a lot in these past few months.
I haven't given up on making you mine, Instructor. But putting that aside for a moment, I think in a way something guided me to join all of you in Class 7.
Well, I guess I can keep tagging along with you for a bit. That way, it'll be all the easier to pass you up.
Huh?
What's wrong, Yuna?
There's something shiny in the dirt here.
Someone dropped their jewelry?
Should we turn it into the Gravekeeper?
It looks like quite a lovely brooch. I'm sure its owner...
Is it Angelica?
Is something wrong, Muse? Huh?
I feel like I've seen it before.
That crazy biker chick had something like that on, didn't she?
Yeah.
Can I see it a moment?
It's a trace that Angelica was here. Was it the night before? I feel like it's been a few nights. Maybe even the month before.
There's no doubt. This is Angelica's.
So she came here sometime after we saw her last month?
Could it have been sitting here since then?
Yeah, last month.
Hey, it's been bugging me for a bit, but... does the dirt here look off to anyone else?
You're right. It looks different around this grave.
We
As
don't
if
even
it's
know if she's
recently
dead,
been dug
actually.
up.
Because Georg shot her, or shot in her direction. I don't think she's dead, but we don't know what happened with that.
Toa, are you at camp right now? I need to talk with the major and the principal.
Ooh. Red logo. 6 p.m. Back at camp. It makes no sense yet. So basically the grave was empty? Yes, that's correct. There was nothing there at all. No body, not even the cloth that was wrapped around it. What does this mean? In all my years, oh Idios, please guide us. Are you certain Crow Armbrust was buried here? Could there have been some mistake? No, all of the old Class 7 in Towa's group were at his funeral. It was just a week after the end of the Civil War. I met the Azure Chevalier once or twice at Noble Alliance camps. I remember thinking it was a waste of someone like him. It was a waste for someone like him to be used by Duke Cayenne. And on top of this, there was that accessory from Lord Rognar's daughter you found. We don't know for sure if someone happened here just yet. Yes, but we should notify the Marquis and the other groups right away. It also concerns me how there's no smell of decay in the grave. Herschel, Schwarzer, I don't doubt you saw the Ashen Chevalier's body get buried here, but are you sure it was the real thing? It would all make sense with Siegfried looking like Crow and all that stuff. Like, the dots should be connecting right away. I see. Does that mean it was some kind of dummy? Oh, yeah. Now that I think about it, there's this old guy in the society who can make dolls that look just like people. In principle, it's not impossible. You'd need to reproduce the skeleton, muscular sculpture, and so on. However, the body aside, from what I've heard, the Ashen Chevalier most certainly died. Yes, I saw it happen with my own eyes. I saw his body too, but only after the Infernal Castle had disappeared. Well, then perhaps it was swapped out between those points. Or perhaps he was resurrected for some reason, like a certain saint and Jaeger king I could mention. That's... if you think about it, that seems like something that could have happened. Impossible. It's simply too outlandish. Major Michael, can I ask you something? After the Infernal Castle disappeared, the Imperial Army recovered the Azure Knight. Is it still secure? It's too late. I'm sure the Republic isn't behind it, but we also need to be concerned about the safety of the Rognar girl. Please contact the Rognar estate immediately. Understood. I'll check in with Guerrilla Fortress. All forces have already been informed about the daughter of the Marquis going missing. Also, regarding the disappearance of the special trainee from the Ruhr Institute of Technology. Yes? We can't get in touch with George either? No, it happened at around the same time as Engie. Either they were kidnapped together or... there's no point guessing now. You have other things to think about at the moment. That's right. The Scarlet Proromagrass Class 7 encountered, and a new type of golem from the Dark Ages. As if those two weren't bad enough, we also have the Republic's Hercules squad to deal with. I heard some strange little blonde girl was spotted too. Well, I think we can disregard her for now. I'm most concerned about the Scarlet Proromagrass and the Special Forces. According to the Intelligence Division, there are about 100 members. They're all supposed to be really strong too, right? That's right. On top of that, they've got a new battle orbman. They call it Ramda. It wouldn't be a stretch to say we're completely in the dark about how strong they really are. Arundel sent us a report on the Orbmans, but apparently they're one big black box. My guess is each one is customized to suit its user, and they've made them impossible to analyze from the outside. Well, that's a pain. Interesting. Have them send them here. I'd like to look up the Byrne Company's latest technology with my own eyes. What? Well, maybe I can negotiate for one of the models. Either way, the summer festival begins the day after tomorrow. We received a notice to capture and disable Calvard's special forces by the end of the day tomorrow. This notice isn't from Heimdall City Hall, but the Imperial government itself, personally signed by Chancellor Osborne. The Blood and Iron Chancellor? But it makes sense, the day after tomorrow is the festival. After receiving the notice, the Intelligence Division, Railway Military Police, and Heimdall Military Police have all increased patrols in the city. In addition, both the Guild and the main campus will begin to act at full capacity. However, it seems the agents have thoroughly investigated the network of tunnels underneath the capital. There's a chance we'll be unable to apprehend them if they run into a secret passage. 4 p.m. tomorrow. If things are not settled by then, the government will invoke martial law and call it the 4th Armored Division. What? They go that far? That will send the civilians into a panic. Yet it's the most logical option. How interesting that I should be invited to such a celebration. Perhaps I should bring a gift. Orlando, Herschel, divide combat tactics and military finance in two. We'll create 2 mixed teams. Orlando and I will each lead one and comb through the underground tunnels in the west half of Heimdall. We'll eradicate our unwanted guests and this scarlet pleroma grass all at once. Whoa, where's this coming from all of a sudden? We can't eradicate the Special Forces agent. It's simply a figure of speech. But it will certainly be encouraging to have the principal in the field with us. Even more so if Herschel and I handle communications and backup duties. In that case, I'll prepare communication wave amplifiers for you. If you use it well, you'll be able to build a communication network underground. If I provide the main campus and the guild with them as well, it should work. Something like that even exists? Oh, right. George gave us some of our field study 2 years ago. For a field study. It was originally my invention. He seems to have made some improvements, however. I thought they might prove useful for something or other, so I brought them along. What a strange coincidence. You should have told us you brought something like that sooner. Well, alright then. Guess I'll go get ready. I'm a little worried about the students, but I'm sure they'll be fine with the principal and Randy. It's important we stay in contact with the guild and the main campus too. And Class 7 and I will... You will continue to patrol the capital and the surrounding areas. I'm certain there are things in the shadows that can only be revealed by bracer work. Besides, we'll have all those reliable connections of yours watching the camp for us while we're away. That's exactly right. Oh, by the way, isn't it almost time? You're right. I need to excuse myself soon. Well, your meeting may also serve as a good way to exchange information with a number of parties. However, don't get back too late. Come on, it's his long-awaited reunion. Getting back tomorrow morning might be a bit much, but staying out past midnight will be fine, yeah? Have fun, Rean. Bye. We're meeting at 7 p.m. Should I get going? 6:50. He's ahead of time. In advance. Guild's Crest. They put it up again. I sense a lot of people inside. That's pretty quiet.
Oh, Rean! You're finally here!
Oh. Guess I'm last. Sorry to have kept you.
No worries. You're right on time.
Besides, we all know you had your field exercises to deal with.
Well, as fully grown members of society and working professionals, we should be in the habit of arriving 10 minutes early.
Says the man who waltzed in a mere 5 minutes ago.
The guild branch's reopening came at a good time.
Yes, I'm sure most restaurants are completely full around now.
I can hardly believe we were all finally able to meet up again.
I know, right? Especially since we're all so dang busy these days.
That's right. We'll certainly have a lot to talk about tonight. Good grief.
Now, everyone. No need to dive into the serious stuff right away. Come on, it's our first big reunion since you all graduated. Let's cut loose a little.
Perhaps it would be best to start this reunion with a series of tender embraces. And not just among the women, of course. All your male classmates should enjoy the comfort of each other's arms, too.
What? Not on my
Hell
life.
no!
Sharon! Same as ever.
Yes, it's almost a little surprising.
The time and place may be different, but in the end, we're all the same people.
Well, we have all been chatting it up on that app of ours.
When you put it that way, it kind of takes the drama out of things.
It's Hug Day. Wow, look at them. What, Monkey S? No one's hugging Monkey S? Monkey is waiting for his hug. Oh. He's getting a
Fee, you grew
hand clap.
taller. Elisa, you grew even prettier. And Emma, you grew even chestier.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't mention that.
Girls will
That
be
hairstyle
girls
makes
in
you look like an
JRPGs.
old man.
Or in trails.
You're one to talk.
Rean, you and Gaius are just way too tall now.
Don't worry. I think I'm done growing now.
Out of all of us, you seem to have grown the least, Milliam.
Excuse you! I grew 1 whole reach!
Is that a centimeter? I didn't even know that homunculi were growing.
We finally fulfilled our promise.
Yeah. Elisa, everyone, thanks.
Oh, please. For what?
It's not like we all got together just for your sake, you know.
Machias is blushing.
Well, we are celebrating Rean's graduation, too.
Yes. After we had left, he stayed behind to uphold the spirit of Class 7.
Not to mention, he's the one in charge of the next generation of Class 7ers.
It's been said before, but you truly are the core of our group, Rean.
Thank you for everything.
You guys.
We're starting to sound way too sappy.
Starting to. You guys have all been like this for years.
I suppose there's no avoiding it. Today especially.
In any event, we have the party set up in the back. I've prepared more than enough alcohol, so please enjoy, provided you're old enough.
Oh man, I get to have Sharon's cooking again.
I can't wait.
I knew I smelled something tasty. Alright, give me the biggest, frothiest mug of beer you got!
I don't think
You're
she's
nowhere
old enough.
near being old enough to drink.
That was a nice wholesome reunion. Oh, nice food. Sharon's cooking does look tasty. They all proceeded to savor the delicious meal Sharon had prepared for them. Between bites and compliments to the chef, they shared what they'd been doing since they last met up. The adults had their fill of beer, some more than others, while the younger members enjoyed soft drinks. Together, they flipped through the album Toa had given Rean and reminisced about their past. Afterwards, is your mom going to be arriving here in Heimdall soon, Elisa? Yeah, she's taking a red-eye flight here with grandfather. Both of them were invited to the party being held at the palace. it's likely Sharon went to go pick them up. However, it's just as likely she simply wished to give us privacy. I suppose, after all, she's at least a little bit related to the things we were planning to talk about tonight. Yeah, I agree. Man, she's getting way too caught up in the past. Oh yeah, have we checked this place for bugs, mics, and all the surveillance-y stuff? Yep, top to bottom. There were many such devices found in Heimdall over the course of the day, most of them hidden in government buildings, the Imperial Chronicle's office too. With that in mind, we should get down to business. Indeed. Let us begin. A year ago, when all of us, save Rean, were allowed to graduate early, we promised each other that after 1 year had passed, we would have a reunion. Yeah, it felt so long ago, but time has really flown since then. Identify the path Erebonia is headed down and determine how Class VII will act. That's how you said we'd do. Yes, the night after we survived the trial of the Reverie Corridor. When I first heard you say it, it sounded like your usual nonsense. To be fair though, we all had a bad feeling. The thing we heard in the Infernal Castle that day we lost Crow. Yeah, and everything that Chancellor Osborne and the Governor General said about the direction they're leading Erebonia in. About the phantasmal Blaze plan the Chancellor stole from Ouroboros. We need to worry about what's happening on the surface and what's going on behind the scene. All the stuff we heard about then is finally starting to happen now. Indeed, the incidents that occurred this spring are proof. Let's begin by discussing the political situation occurring publicly. Yeah, I'm not really in any place to say it, but things have really gotten pretty darn bad. I'm also curious what role Ouroboros and Calvard played behind the scenes in the Northern War, and the Imperial government's military decisions lately are just as suspicious. 12 of those new model railway cannons have been completed already. The 4 of them used to track Ortis were carried to Crossbow. They carried some enormous things all the way from the canyon? The way I hear it, they had a brand new airship with more than enough muscle for the job. A 250 Arch-class ship called the Gargantua, I think. I've heard that name before. And it seems like they're working on making even more of them. All the audits happening all over the place lately made me realize Mira, people, information, they're all being channeled into a few key projects. The 8 Metropolis plan especially. All the tax money in the entire empire has been consolidated in Heimdall and converted into a never-before-seen amount of military funds. Seems pretty clear what's going on. Yeah, all these things point to the same goal. The invasion of the Republic of Calvard. There's no mistaking it. Yeah. Calvard's spies being here only serve to reinforce that hypothesis. So that means their goal is not sabotage, but gathering information. Yeah, if they actually went and did anything, the war would be on right then and there. They're probably trying to figure out the D-Day, when the invasion's planned to start. Just like I thought. Touring around the Empire, I'd heard rumors here and there suggesting there'd be a war. I wouldn't be surprised if my mother knew about this already too. Between the railway cannons, the new airships, and the mass production of tanks and Panzer Soldats, there's no way she could have greenlit all those projects without knowing what they were for. On top of that, there's a huge factory being constructed in Crossbell. But given all that, the question becomes, why? War between these two massive countries would ravage most of the continent. It's true that Erebonia and Calvard have been at it like cats and dogs for hundreds of years, but they're really just going at thrown down. They're just going to throw down? A war that size would bring international trade to a screeching halt. No, so none of the other countries are going to be pleased. Besides, in order to start a war, they'd need authorization from the Emperor. There's no way he'd allow it without justification. Well, that wasn't an issue with the invasions of Prospell and Northumbria. The justification was fabricated, and statements from other countries were shut down. The one who set all this up is none other than Gilead Osborne. As his son, I think I have a unique understanding of just how dangerous that man is. Rean, you don't need to worry so much about that. I feel the same way about my older brother, Rufus Alvarea, the head of the Iron Bloods. I suspect he's no mere confidant. I wouldn't be surprised to discover it was he who laid the plans for the invasions and the early stages of the wars. Yeah, I'd say the odds are pretty good. Recently, he's been acting pretty secretive with me. He's even been keeping stuff from Claire and Lecter. The most important thing being information about the Black Workshops. That name again. Yet another group lurking in the shadows of the Civil War. Both my brother and the Black Rabbit were lent to the Noble Alliance. If the invasion is the surface stuff, these guys are definitely one of the behind-the-scenes topics. That said, the two are more tightly woven together than ever before. I think it's safe to say that now that the Black Workshop is related to the gnomes who once fought the Hexen clan. It seems they've cut ties with Ouroboros and have sided with Chancellor Osborne. They also hired the boss and that masked guy. He called himself Azure Siegfried, right? I can't believe it, but both the Masked Men and the Jaeger King flew off in what appeared to be the Divine Knights. Between them and the Maiden, I get the feeling something especially ominous is building. Yeah, it all reminds me of the circumstances that led to the War of the Lions and the arrival of the Infernal Castle. Something buried deep in Erebonia's castle, in Erebonia's history and connected to the Divine Knights. I discovered this while searching for my sister. As I've mentioned, the spirit veins in Erebonia have begun to pulse faster and faster. Just like during the Civil War, just like the War of the Lions 250 years ago. Following the annexation of Prospell and Northumbria, it's only started to speed up. It's this quickening of the spirit veins that's causing the cryptids, magic knights, and the scarlet pleroma to appear. I suspected as much. A link between the surface and what's happening beneath. From the sound of it, the only ones who know the full truth are Vida, Chancellor Osborne, Ouroboros, and the Black Workshop. Man, I wish my memory hadn't erased. It's so frustrating not being able to remember anything from back then. I'm sure homunculi... I thought homunculi. I said homunculi earlier. I'm sure homunculi and combat shells are super connected to all that behind-the-scenes stuff. Oh, that's right. I forgot, the Black Workshop was where you were created, Milliam. Yep, I'm a homunculus, so I'm technically not human. But besides that part of me that lets me link with Lamy, my DNA is pretty much the same as any of yours. I'm starting to think my growth was stunted, though. Don't know how long my lifespan's supposed to last either. I've heard a bit about that. The Black Workshop, unforgivable. Yeah, I'm glad we got Milliam and Altina from there, but I can't forgive them for playing with someone's life like that. Yeah, I've been starting to think that recently too. Like, I'm fine with whatever happens to me, but I'm worried about Tilly. I see. It seems you have grown after all. Oh, right. We got some information from the branch campus earlier. Why don't you tell us the details, Rean? You mean about the cemetery? Oh, that. We got the same report in the intelligence division. What happened? So, try to stay calm, everyone. Rean explained what happened during the day's special operations missions, and finished his story with the mention of what they found at Crow's grave. Are you kidding me? Angelica's brooch was there too? From the sound of it, everything leads back to the Black Workshop. Considering how the boss came back to life, maybe the same thing happened with Crow. Both of them are working for the Black Workshop. No, the gnomes. Are you saying they brought both of them back to life? Emma, do you know of any spells capable of performing such a feat? There's a forbidden spell known as False Soul, but it was only ever attempted by wizards in the Dark Ages, and it's never once successfully resurrected anyone. It was said that most of the subjects became fiends known as the Nosferatu. That name rings a bell. If I recall correctly, that was the name of the creature we encountered in Lohengrin Castle. That monster. The Jaeger King and the Masked Men are certainly nothing like that abomination. I guess there's a chance the gnomes were somehow able to perfect the spell, but I doubt it. True resurrection is something only the goddess is capable of. I see. Trying to think about this stuff's making my head spin. Either way, something very strange is going on right now. And in the midst of it, Angelica and George have both gone missing. About that, I'm having the guild's informants look into their disappearances. Tell Towa to stay strong. Understood. Many mysteries yet remain, but that should be sufficient for today. We're starting to piece things together little by little. Indeed, we shall continue to look into matters until all is made clear. Now we need to decide as a class on what actions we should take. That was a nice summary of the plot so far.
We need to stop the war that's been building on the surface before it starts. And at the same time, we need to find out what's been going on behind the scenes and prevent whatever disasters being planned.
I agree completely.
Everything else might be really complicated, but those two goals are set in stone.
This is something only we can figure out, thanks to each of us having branched out on our own.
If we each make the most of our unique situations and pool information,
together, we will be able to overcome any obstacle we may come across.
Right, no matter whether it's on the surface or behind the scenes.
We don't have many allies, nor are we alone.
Agreed. Let us find those willing to aid our cause. Wait, Milliam, are you okay with all of this? You do realize, standing with us will eventually mean standing against your fellow Ironbloods.
That's right. Fighting cryptids and magic knights is one thing.
Think this over and tell us what you want to do, Milliam.
You're gonna ask me that now?
Huh?
Milliam? I don't remember anything before the past 5 years, but I started to think about some stuff, like what I am, and what it means to feel sadness. I've been thinking about this stuff ever since I met you guys 2 years ago. I want to learn more about myself. I want to keep being your guys' friend. I like Gramps and Claire and Lecter, but I want to find out what I am on my own terms. I don't like the idea of the Black Workshop controlling what I do and don't know. Even if it means going against Gramps, I'm a member of Class 7 till the end. I'm more than just the Black Workshop's OZ-73, the Ironblood's White Rabbit, and an agent of the Intelligence Division. Rean, Eustace, Elisa, Emma, Fee, Laura, Elliot, Machias, Gaius, Sarah, all you guys. When I cried for the first time, it was all of you who held me close. I'll always put you, my friends, first.
Milliam.
That's right, she cried at the end of Cold Steel 2, right?
I swear, I think that caught us all off guard.
I had no idea you felt that way about us.
You may not have grown much physically, but you've definitely done a lot of growing on the inside.
Agreed. In that sense, I think it's safe to say you grew the most out of any of us.
I suppose we needn't worry about you anymore.
Mm-hmm. It was silly of us to doubt her after all this time.
You guys just can't resist the chance for an inspirational speech, can you?
Well, now that you've decided what to do, you guys seem more determined than ever for your more immediate plans. What are you all going to be up to tomorrow?
The new Class 7 and I will continue with our special ops missions. I think it's especially important we capture the Calvardian agents.
I agree.
If we let them roam free, whatever they do could be used as an excuse to start a war.
Yep, just like how Celtic was used to start the Northern War.
I'll continue playing my shows around the city and gather information.
I'll come with you and see what I can find too.
I'll keep following Grandfather and hit up some contacts of mine for info.
Celine and I will continue to investigate the spirit veins around Heimdall.
So the plan's for everyone to gather info, and then we'll all meet up and share notes, yeah?
Yes. Let's stay in contact and be ready to move at a moment's notice.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Look at you. You're all so reliable now. But it's getting a bit late.
Her
How
hair
about we
always
call it a
looks
night?
weird from the back like that.
I'll set up a call with everyone early tomorrow morning, and we can talk about our plans in more detail.
Yeah, sounds good.
Get some good rest tonight, everyone.
Are you two bracer types gonna stay here for the night?
Mm-hmm. There are beds on the second floor.
I'll be sleeping at home for the first time in a while. I assume the same can be said of you, Elliot?
Yeah, I called my sister. Gaius will be staying with us tonight.
Thanks again. I appreciate the hospitality.
Oh, I nearly forgot. We have yet to discuss your situation, Gaius.
That's right.
We were unable to contact you for nearly half a year.
You were somewhere outside the country, right?
Yes, but it's quite the tale, so it may be better to leave for next time. We're gonna meet up again before too long, so I'll tell you then. True.
I guess it wouldn't be fair if I heard it first, huh?
Oh, and I was wondering about that little blonde girl you mentioned seeing, Rean.
I was wondering about that myself.
You said she looked 10 years old. Could be a witch in
10?
training?
Well, that isn't right, but I guess it's not wrong either.
I thought she was like a much
She
older
went missing,
lady.
and we've been looking all over for her.
Sheesh, her and Vita both just wander wherever they want without telling us a thing. But whatever. I'm sure we'll have to introduce you to her soon.
Now I'm even more curious.
Got it. I'll be looking forward to it.
Interesting. Someone was watching again.
Something wrong?
They really like to be on rooftops. Oh, George. Or Georg.
No, just a nostalgic smell wafting around. I understand what I am, and the situation I'm in.
Is that so? Would it be selfish if I said I'd rather you hated me?
That question itself is completely pointless. Give me Alberic's orders, Copper Georg. Tell me what role I'm supposed to play in tomorrow's act.
Copper Georg?
All right. No. Azure Siegfried.
If someone doesn't already know that this is Crow, like, stop the hints. It, you know. Looks like there's no getting Leno back. Nothing we can do for him now. At least we don't need to worry about him leaking any info. We're all set with the Heimdall Bank. We just need to hit the VIP area, right? But they're planning a huge sweep of the tunnels tomorrow, right? Yeah, they're going to declare martial law. They've got their 4th division here on standby, ready to go. But thanks to our Ramdas, we should be able to wait out the storm. We'll just need to keep a close eye on things and watch for our chance to escape. What is this place? One of Heimdall's underground crypts from the Dark Ages, I think. Oh, more grass? Red grass? Down here? Oh, it's growing by the second. What? This grass? Are they gonna be killed by a monster? Oh, for some reason I thought the monsters would be on their side. Hostile spirits? Activate your Ramdas. These should be no... Remember those enemies. We're surrounded.
Damned fools.
So she's 10.
I'm too late. Were that prodigal child with me, we might have dealt with this together. Between the gnomes and the snakes, there are too many plots in motion for me to stop on my own. Perhaps I need to create more kin. The day Leanne spoke of is close at hand. If nothing else, I must settle matters from 200 years ago before then. I vow it on the name of the final true ancestor. The one that failed to die. Crimson Roselia.
She's a vampire? Oh. New report
This
card.
is truly an honor.
We're getting really close to the top mark. Like, this is starting to smell like late game. Rebellion Cross. I need to check what that does. Okay. I think I'm going to stop here because it's a save point, and I don't know if we're going to start a new day after that or if we're going to spend some time on the field cam, but I do like this amount of time that I've been playing. So we're going to end the episode here, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.